Welcome back to Office Optimism with me, Sharala. You know those things everyone feels at work, but no one really says out loud? The quiet frustration, the unseen burnout, the moments when you're doing everything right, but still feel invisible? We don't talk about those things much, not because we don't notice them, but because we've learned to keep them quiet. Today, we are saying the quiet part out loud because optimism isn't pretending that everything's fine. It's believing that even in the hard moments, we can make things better. First, we're going to get into the quiet parts. So what are the quiet parts? The quiet part is when we're tired, but afraid that resting will make us look uncommitted. It's when we're overwhelmed, but smile through it because everyone's busy. It's when we long for recognition, but tell ourselves that we shouldn't need it. It's also when we sit in meetings full of ideas, but silence them to avoid rocking the boat. And maybe the quietest part of it all is that almost everyone around us has felt the exact same way. But we've all mistaken silence for strength. So let's talk about the cost of this silence. When we don't say the quiet parts out loud, the silence begins to echo. It shows up in small ways, like less laughter, shorter conversations, and fewer ideas shared. Then it grows into bigger things, like tension in teams, burnout behind the smiles, and a culture where people show up physically but check out emotionally. According to a 2025 meta-analysis, employees who stay silent are significantly likely to experience burnout and emotional exhaustion. Silence might feel safe for a moment, but it slowly erodes the connection that we all need to thrive. And organizations, they are the ones that pay the price. Research shows that burnout costs companies millions each year in turnover and disengagement. So speaking up isn't just brave, it's actually smart business. So how is it that we turn honesty into hope? Here's the thing, saying the quiet part out loud doesn't make us negative, it makes us real. Honesty isn't the opposite of optimism, it is the foundation of optimism. When we name what's wrong, we open the door to make it right. When we speak truthfully, we replace assumption with understanding. And when leaders and teams listen, like really listen, they create a culture that breathes again. And here's a hopeful note. Studies show that even tiny rest breaks during the day can lower fatigue and boost mood. When we build in space to rest, reflect, and speak honestly, we recover the energy to connect. That is what optimism looks like in action. Honesty, rest, and renewal. So now let's talk about the optimistic shift. How is it that we are going to turn honesty into hope in real life? Well, we must begin by normalizing honest check-ins. Start team meetings with a pulse check. Ask, how is everyone feeling today? Not performance updates, just people updates. That one question says, you matter beyond your role. Next, let's celebrate real wins, not just results. Acknowledge effort, teamwork, and creativity, not just metrics and outcomes. When we praise the process, we make optimism contagious. Next, make space for rest and reset. Encourage micro breaks, stretch, breathe, step away from the desk. One study found even 10-minute micro breaks can significantly improve focus and well-being. Rest isn't a reward, it is fuel. Next, encourage voice and vulnerability. If something feels off, say so. kindly and clearly. And if you're in leadership, model that transparency. When leaders admit that I don't have all the answers, it invites collaboration over perfectionism. And lastly, let's reframe feedback as fuel. Feedback isn't a threat. It's a sign that someone cares enough to help us grow. Every honest conversation is a step towards a stronger culture. We have now made it to our joyful point. And here it is, a small but powerful practice to help you start saying your quiet part out loud. I call it the one honest sentence. At the end of your day, write one honest sentence about your work experience. No filter, no judgment. Something like, today I felt proud but tired. Today I didn't feel heard. Or today I helped someone and it truly mattered. You don't have to share this with anyone, but if you feel safe, try sharing it with a teammate or even with your leader. We've made it to the Office Optimism focal point. When we practice small honesty daily, we build the muscle for bigger truth-telling later. And that is where optimism begins. In truth, trust, and small, brave steps towards better days. Before we wrap up, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to every one of you who tunes in, subscribes, leaves a kind comment, or shares these episodes. You are the heartbeat of Office Optimism. Your presence here means so much to me, and together we are creating a community that believes in work that can be both honest and hopeful. If this episode spoke to you, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little light today. Your small act of support helps this message reach more hearts and workplaces. Because when we choose honesty, we create space for healing. When we choose rest, we build resilience. And when we choose optimism, we change culture, one quiet truth at a time. So, until next time, friends, keep growing, keep hoping, and always keep shining. Bye-bye.